What's going on, guys? Getting in the green. We've got a 9-game slate for you this Monday for basketball NBA. So, when the slates are this big, we kind of cruise through them pretty quickly. But we're going to get started with DraftKings. We're going to go game by game here for you guys. So, first game of the day, Cleveland at Charlotte. Good game. Big news, though, coming out of this game. So, for Cleveland, we've got Kevin Love is out, COVID. So that might open up some more minutes for some of these big guys in the rotation. Okoro's out as well again. So that tight rotation they run is looking, even smaller now. I'd be really interested to see kind of where the minutes go here. This first game without Love because he will be out for a while. But, guessing here, Evan Mobley should see a major tick in usage. He's already been on just a tear, man. The guy is, outside of last game where he only plays 21 minutes, 2 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, at Phoenix. Outside of that game, we've got 39, 32, 23, and 45. The guy absolutely gets it done. He had a bad game. Nobody's going to be on this guy. He's going to be super low ownership here. Maybe the Kevin Love news bumps it a little bit, but after that last game, I think there's going to be a little recency bias here. He's not going to be played as much. And at 6,700, I absolutely think Evan Mobley's viable here against a Charlotte team that does struggle against big men. Garland, Sexton, Rubio, probably not playing any of them, man, when they're all in. Anytime one of those guys is out, there's definitely going to be nice pivot spots. But tonight, not seeing too much there. Jared Allen might get a little boost in minutes, Mark Aiken, but I kind of want to see it. So for Cleveland, it's Evan Mobley or nothing for me. Now with Charlotte, we're expecting Rozier to play. I know it's a back-to-back, so keep an eye on that. They might rule him out for rest. If he's ruled out, LaMelo Ball gets a little boost. Outside of that, man, with PJ Washington, all these guys healthy, man, the minutes are super spread out. I don't love it. I could see this being a little slower-paced game anyways. They're big inside Cleveland, so maybe some LaMelo Ball, especially if Rozier gets ruled out. But other than that, I'm not going too far here on this Charlotte team. They are going to need a lot of Plumlee against those big guys. He might see a little uptick, but at 6,300, you're not getting much value there out of Charlotte. Into the next game, we got the Spurs at the Pacers here. And interesting game, man. So we got McDermott out still for San Antonio, and Lonnie Walker has moved into the starting lineup. However, this guy doesn't finish halves or games for this team, and so it's really hard to trust him. Keldon Johnson, interesting play on usage, man. He just either gets it done or he doesn't, though, which is real scary. Might not a terrible tournament play, but if you're looking at cash games, this guy is not even viable. He'll give you a 19-point outing, follow it with a 40. You just don't know what you're getting out of him, but his usage rates are great. So it's really shocking that he puts up the duds like he does. Jacob Podol, man, the guy's just priced correctly. He had a bad game, but the guy is a beast when he's fucking on, man. 40, 53, 36. I know he had the 18 last time out at Milwaukee. It's a really long Bucks team for him. I do think he's in a better spot here against the Pacers, but you got Miles Turner, you got Sabonis down there. I don't think he's going to dominate, and at 7,200, there is some better moves here tonight. So for me, not playing anybody on that San Antonio team unless on a tournament you want to take a shot on a Keldon Johnson. Pacers, we got Brogdon's out. Karis LeVert news came out he will play. So really that just kind of really muddies up the guards. We're not sure if LeVert's going to play a full game, but it definitely takes away from Duarte and McConnell here. Sabonis, not a terrible spot, but 10,100 against the San Antonio team that's pretty good defensively. I know big men have been hurting them down there at that power forward center position, but I don't love it as a pay-up option tonight. Miles Turner, not the best spot. Duarte, like I said, because of the LeVert news that he's playing, real hard to kind of decide there for the Pacers who's going to be good. So I'll probably be avoiding that situation altogether. Now this next game, Portland at Philly. I love this game. You had a slight worry maybe Philly blows them out or something, but now with Embiid out, Simmons is out still. This should be a very competitive game. So we got Portland at Philly. Lillard, kind of getting rolling. I think he's priced well at 9,600. I think McCollum's priced well at 8,000. Maybe a look at like a Covington at 4,400. He had a 16, a 24, but I think this is a good game for him. And Anthony Simmons, definitely viable at 3,700 as well in a game where I think they are going to have to score some points. The problem here with Portland is, man, they spread it around pretty well. And these guys, have the name value, so their prices are accurate. Now, Philly, on the other hand, there's some must plays here. And that's going to be Drummond at 4,400, starting in place of Embiid, is a must play at center. There's no way around it, man. The guy is going to get the minutes. His per minute scoring is, top in the league. The guy's a beast. So Drummond is a must start here with Embiid out. Tobias Harris, man, I wish he wasn't $9,100 tonight because I do think he has a good game, but that's a little high for me to pay there. I do think Maxey and Curry see a boost in offense here. Maxey's probably a little safer, but Seth Curry here at 5,200 is definitely viable as well. The theme of this year so far has been go against Portland, and it pays off every night. They don't stop anything, so Maxey, Curry, Drummond. I mean, honestly, you could play all three of them if you want here. Maybe run it back with a Lillard or something on that Portland side of things. So that's going to be a good game. There's going to be some points scored in that one. You do want to have some action there. Now we got Chicago-Boston. This is just a good game all around. The problem is Chicago is priced properly, if not overpriced, and they all kind of do it. So I don't touch Chicago unless there's an injury. Tonight looks like everybody's healthy. I'm going to just leave it be. Vukovic, Levine, DeRozan, Ball, all good spots, but you never know who's going to really take off, and they do spread it around pretty well there. Boston, fully healthy here, and again, that kind of makes you stay away. Robert Williams, Marcus Smart coming back after that illness. I do like this spot for Horford, man, at 6,500 again. I think he's safe. I have no problem going there, man. The guy scores 40 every night. 42, 42, 44. He plays the minutes. I think they're going to need him against Chicago. I like Horford here at 6,500. Outside of that, I don't trust Robert Williams, even though I think he'll be super chalky after his last outing of, last two outings, 39 points and 44 points. Not the worst place to go at 6,100, but I do lean Horford there of the two. So that's where I'm going there with the Boston team. Washington, Atlanta. Another good game here. We've got Thomas Bryant still out. Hachimura still out. Gafford is playing, so that kind of takes away the Harrell smash play there. And what we're looking at here is just a very balanced team as well. And because of some of these other injuries around the league, I'm not going to Washington too much here, even though they do have a good spot here against Atlanta. Now, Atlanta, on the other hand, we've got, Trae Young. Capella playing his full minutes becomes interesting here at 7,400. I wish he was a little cheaper still, but, that guy, when he plays his minutes, man, is very, very good. So Capella is definitely the play. Outside of that, again, man, we got some very balanced teams here in the NBA, and Atlanta's one of them. Trae Young, 9,300 is priced appropriately, so Capella, if you want to go there at utilities, not a bad spot. You already have Drummond in at center, but I do like Capella there at 7,400. Next game, we got Toronto Knicks, and Toronto has Siakam out, and Scotty Barnes got moved to doubtful, so I don't think he's playing tonight. What that does is I think it really opens up some minutes here for Chris Boucher. And at $4,000, man, he becomes a very interesting play for me. He's only been playing like 18 minutes. He scores 18 points. But if that guy gets a full allotment of minutes at $4,000 tonight, I do like that spot for him. So Chris Boucher is definitely in play with the Scotty Barnes news here. Other than that, man, OG Anunoby, 7,400 is now priced appropriately. Van Fleet's at 8,700. Gary Trent, 4,800 is not a bad spot for that guy. So you always got options here. The Toronto team definitely has value. Depends how much you want to put in there against the Knicks here. And the Knicks, balanced guards. They split the minutes very evenly, play the hot hand. You've got Randall, who's always viable to go off. I think this is a good spot for him against Toronto. But again, I don't know if that's necessarily my pay-up option tonight at 9,700. But Knicks, Toronto, good game. Find some value there if you need it. I won't be going there too often. Now we've got Denver, Memphis, and I will say Jokic is very interesting at 11,000 against this Memphis front court. It is hard to pay up for him, but if, of the pay-up spots, I think Jokic is in one of the better spots here. Then you got Michael Porter, Will Barton, Aaron Gordon, Morris. There's just not that much else there that I really want to go to. I think this is a very balanced team outside of Jokic really dominating usage. So, look, if you want to pay up at 11,000, not a terrible matchup here with Memphis. If you can afford it, definitely go there. Memphis, on the other hand, we are waiting on news still. Ja Morant got moved to questionable because of elbow soreness, and that will drastically change the landscape of this team if he is out. It also might open up for a serious blowout here as well. So if Morant is out, you might want to really question playing Jokic too heavily at 11,000. If he's in, I think it's a smash spot. Now, if he is out, though, you're going to get some value here on like Melton at 5,700. We'll see an uptick in minutes. Tyus Jones will get in the game at 3,300. That might be an interesting spot. Bane, again, I think is a good play here at 5,300. I think it's a good spot for him. Adams is definitely going to be needed, and so is Jackson Jr. against Jokic. So maybe Jackson Jr. at 5,400 for a tournament's not a bad place to go. Steven Adams, real hit or miss, but at 4,900, again, not the worst place to go there. Now we got Orlando at Minnesota, and Cole Anthony and Mo Bamba are priced up, but I don't hate either one of those guys in this matchup. I'd probably lean Mo Bamba here. I don't think Towns really wants to go down there and bang with this guy. And he's been, outside of his last game, been really dominating the boards, man. But Detroit did give him a hard time. 7,100, I don't know if I'm going there, but I would go Mo Bamba over Cole Anthony here. I do like Jalen Suggs, man, at 5,300. I think the guy needs to shoot a little better. His percentages are awful. But even in that, he shot 3 for 13 last game, 30 fantasy points, does all the auxiliaries for you, gets the usage. One of these days he's going to pop. I think it might be tonight against this Minnesota team. I'm going to be going a lot of Suggs, but it is a little risky of a play. I will put that out there as a disclaimer. This Minnesota team, on the other hand, is very straightforward. Karl Anthony Towns, Anthony Edwards, D'Angelo Russell when he is hot, dominate the usage. I do think Patrick Beverley, let's see if he's playing. He's questionable. I think he'll play. If he plays, it does hurt Russell, and it kind of helps Edwards and Towns because Beverly's not really looking to shoot when he's in the game. Got no problem paying up for either of these guys against Orlando. Again, maybe not the spot that I'm leaning, but Towns, Edwards, always great plays every night. So at home, don't mind that spot. And now we've got the last game of the night. It's OKC at the Clippers. And man, I am very torn on this because if this game is competitive, this is a smash spot for some of these guys. Let's start with OKC. We've got Dort out, which is very interesting here. It's going to open up some extra minutes. I really like Giddey in this spot at 5,200. The guy's a beast, man, and when he's getting a full allotment of minutes, he's scoring 47, 38. He's, been in blowouts. Had a little bit of foul trouble in one of the games. But if this guy gets a full allotment of minutes tonight against the Clippers, I think Josh Giddey smashes his value at 5,200. With Dort being out, that's interesting. So that's going to open up some minutes down here for maybe like, Jerome might get in a little bit more. But I really think it's just going to establish more minutes here for Giddey. And Shea Alexander, who I also think at 7,800 is probably a smash spot. If you think this game stays competitive, though. That's what it comes down to. If this is a blowout, and on paper it looks like it could be a blowout, Clippers at home, but OKC has surprisingly stayed close recently to some very good teams. And that's what I'm banking on, man. I'm banking on this one being slightly competitive. And if it is, this might be the place to go tonight. So, also with the Dort news, Paul George becomes just an absolute smash spot, 10,700. When that guy goes off, he goes off, man. We've got two 60-plus performances, a 58. And then there's a couple blowouts there where he just didn't get it done. But even in that Portland blowout, the guy had 39 points in 3 quarters. That's on pace, big time 52-point night. I like Paul George here tonight at the end of the night. I think you're going to be sitting real nice if you got some guys in this game. But if you are going to play George at 10,700, you have to run it back on the other side because you are expecting this to be competitive. Outside of that, man, I don't mind like a Batum play at 4,100 again here. The guy didn't shoot great his last time out. It was 1 of 6, but he still scored 20 fantasy points, had 9 rebounds, 3 assists, a block. He is starting with the Marcus Morris injury. The game before that, he shot better, and he had 16 points. So against OKC, I could see Batum having a good game here. They are going to run a little smaller because there's not much size there on OKC to worry about. So I don't mind going Batum here at 4,100 if you need to go a little cheaper there. So that wraps it up for DraftKings. We're going to take a look over at Superdraft. And let's start with the guards here. Lillard at 1.05, Beal, Young, not a bad spot. Probably not going there. Morant with the injury definitely would avoid if he plays. LeVert's interesting, but pretty low multiplier actually still. LaMelo Ball without Rozier's not bad at 1.2. Shea at 1.2, like I said, if you think that game's competitive, not a bad spot for him. McCollum's obviously always in play, depends on the night. Van Fleet, Sexton, Edwards at 1.3, not bad. Kind of scrolling here. Suggs at 1.45 and Giddey at 1.45. I'll probably lean Giddey here, but I do think Suggs is live. I think both of those multipliers are a good spot to go tonight. Rose, Powell, McConnell, Smart, Jackson, Mann, Dort out. Maxey here at 1.6. I do like that spot for him. You've got Melton and Bane who will get a big bump if Morant is out, so keep an eye on that for those guys. I'd probably lean Bane over Melton, but either way, that's a good spot for those guys if there's no Morant tonight. Gary Trent out on Milton Rubio. Quickly Holiday, Keldon Johnson, Caruso. Batum's at 1.7. It's not worth it. Seth Curry at 1.75. I know the guy hasn't been playing great as of late, but with no Embiid, man, he could definitely pop off here. And at 1.75, that's an interesting play there with Seth Curry if you think he kind of gets it done tonight against Portland. I'll probably be going there on a couple lineups. Man, outside of that, I don't see too much down here that's really interesting to me. So probably take a shot here on Seth Curry. Maybe some of those guys if Morant is out. And then I'll probably be looking at like the Shea, running it back and really hoping that game's competitive. And that's where I'm going to be going for guards. Now forwards, always interesting, man. You got, obviously Embiid is out, so Drummond again, even on here, we're going to see where his multiplier is. Probably going to be a must-play spot for him. You got Sabonis, Randall, George. I'll probably lean George there again. That's just kind of where I'm going tonight. Tobias Harris at 1.2 is not a bad spot here with Embiid out. I do like that for him. Bridges, Jackson, Hayward, Kuzma, Harold, Porter, Fournier, Barrett, OG Anunoby. Not bad at 1.35. Evan Mobley at 1.45. Pretty good spot for this guy. With Love out, man, he should see a bunch of minutes here against Charlotte. Mobley's going to be a sneaky play here. I do like that for him. And Duarte, Love. Mitchell Robinson. Mr. Foul Trouble, Mitchell Robinson. No, thank you. Chris Boucher, I'm probably not going there, even though I think he's got a good spot. 1.65 is just not enough for that guy. Batum, not going there again. Make sure I don't miss anybody down here at the bottom that's going to really have a good game. But yeah, I mean, it's looking like I'm going to lean heavy up top here. I'll probably go Paul George, Tobias Harris, and then, throw in Evan Mobley at center or something like that. So, and then at center, look, you got Jokic. I probably wouldn't go there without a multiplier tonight. Capella at 1.2 is going to be interesting. But, I'm just going to take my shot, man. We're going to scroll down here. Got Horford at 1.35. Where's he at? Yeah, Drummond at 1.6 is just going to be the must play here for me. So we'll go Drummond at center there. So look, 9-game slate. Let's get some money tonight. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and we'll be bringing you basketball Monday through Friday.